Hi everyone. Tuxedo mask or evening wear. Hi, Darian here. And today we're going to talk about, was the Deek Sailor Moon, as bad as a lot of folks make it out to be. Now I know I have made this film, we made this film many times or sundry times, but the grounds to why we always go back to it is that a lot of folks out there always have this belief that it is bad, or it's unwatchable, or all the shifts that they did to it, that it's wrong. Well, first off, the things that a lot of folks always, make a big deal about, which they really should not make a big deal of, but they do. First off, they make a big deal about borrowed names being shifted out for other borrowed names. They there's some folks out there that are irked. I don't know if they're angered, but they're irked that the Dawnish borrowed names were borrowed out for either Farsiest borrowed names, Hellenish borrowed names, Hebrewish borrowed names, Latinish or Frenchish borrowed names. And I say it's not a big deal. A lot of folks might not know all the Dawnish names out there. They might not know all the Dawnish borrowed names out there. And the names they need be know more of would happen to be the other borrowed names. The Latinish, the Frenchish, the Spanish. I would also think the Hebrewish, the Farsiest, and the Hellenish borrowed names more than they would know the Dawnish borrowed names. So that's why the borrowed names were shifted out for other borrowed names. None of the sailor fighters have any English names at all. They're all borrowed names. Sorry if a lot of folks who speak English don't know every single borrowed name don't know every borrowed name. They know a lot. But sorry if they don't know every single borrowed name from the Dawnish speech. Why make a big deal of that? I don't know. It's not a big deal to me. The next thing that they make a big deal out of, that I don't think they should make a big deal out of, but they do, is the, I guess you'd call it the word playing, or the speaking playing. I want to say show playing, but I want to call it show playing. So, they go, oh, I don't like the way they spoke for them. Well, how did you think they were going to talk like? I mean, in your mind, how did you incite them speaking like? Well, whatever, apparently North Finland, apparently 4-1 Rikers English and Settlelander English wasn't the way you thought they would speak like. I'm sorry. But I don't know why I made a big deal out of that. And even until this day, it's still a thing in the Sailor Moon followership. If you think that they only bitched about the Deke or Cliverway show playing, or talk playing, or speaking playing, you'd be wrong. They bitched about the Viz one as well. Why make a big deal of it? It wasn't a big deal to me. Alright? It was in English. I was happy with it. Alright? Whatever offshoot or way of English there is, I understand it, so I was happy with it. It's not a big deal. Why you folks made a big deal about the show playing is beyond me. Or getting or irked that what they say wasn't what they said in the Dawnish one or the Toei one. Yes, they had to shift some things around. They had to shift some things that were said. Deek Sailor Moon was made for a younger watchers or seers or onlookers or seers or watchers. So yeah, they had to shift some of the things that were said around. Sorry. The next thing I like to make a big deal out of is things being skimmed it out. which I don't think a big deal out of it. But a lot of folks will make a big deal out of anyone who skims their work. Well, they bitch and they say that a lot of the fighting was skimmed out. Yes, some of the overfighting was skimmed it out. So you miss someone getting cut or something. Big deal. It's not a big deal to me. The rest of the fight there doesn't take away from the fighting. I don't know why you make a big deal out of it, folks, but to me it wasn't a big deal. Whatever. Another thing they like to bitch about is the songs. Look, I don't know why you make a big deal about the Deke song not being the Toby song, or any other song. For whatever grounds, I thought the song was cool, and I like it. Most folks who know Sailor Moon, at least the ones, know that song. Oh, it might be cool for some of you folks out there to know the Toby Sailor Moon song. Great for you. But I don't think it's not a big deal for that song being shifted. And that's mostly seems to be oh no, I'm leaving out something before I end this film. I'm leaving out something. Another thing that irks them to this day is that why the unstraight folks had to be skimmed. Like I said, and we brought this up many times in our films, and everybody else knows, there was a long time ago, there was a Stanyard. It was a double Stanyard, but yes, it was a double Stanyard at the time, with some folks, who felt that if you were doing a show, a film, or a play for children, and you had anyone that was unstraight, you had to skim it out. It's not like today where the Stanyard, where the mindset and the stand and the open-mindedness is more there now, but back in the day it wasn't so. And yes, Deke Deke did not want to, lose their broadcast right with, UPN, WB, Fox, whatever, YTV, over someone being irked over or angered over unstraight folks in a drawing show, and them putting enough squeeze on them where they would tell Deke, oh, it's a no-go. See, nowadays, the mindset, the stand, the open-mindedness, the trust, is unlike now. So nowadays, you can have some of that in there, and no one's going to care mostly anymore. But a long time ago, the mindset was not like it is now. Is it a big deal? No. At least not to me watching, it's not a big deal. Anyway, at the end of the day, it's not as bad as they like to make it out to be. They like to bring up all of those things I talked about and make it out to be that you cannot like it and you cannot watch it. Well, that's not true. That might not need be their belief on it, but they don't got no truth to show. They got no truth to back it up. So if you like this film, then follow me over here at the Sailor Moon for Life. Don't forget to, if you haven't followed us, please do so by hitting that ringer and that bind to know when the next upload, live stream, and shorts have been done. And you can also, thumb up this film, share, playlist this film if you want, or watch the other film I made yesterday over here. Tuxedo Mask, or Evening Wear High Darien, and I'll see you later. Goodbye. Farewell.